Welcome, welcome,
Here we
welcome.
are.
Oh my. So, thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. I'm Grant Peel. This is Patrick. Many of you would know him as P, as we call him. Those who know him and love him. We are of Muse Storytelling, and we are, as of this evening, also
Doing our first
of
YouTube live ever,
Ever?
because we know, because I can feel how much overwhelm a lot of people have. How much you feel like you just don't have enough time. You can't keep up. You can't spend enough time with the family. You're just always chasing, and things just aren't working. They're not clicking, and it's hard. There's a lot of people that reach out that they want to give up, and they don't know where to go, and they don't know what to do, and then you see these other people in the community that like have such powerful perspectives, and you see this transformation, you see this growth, and it's like we see you. Those of you who are maybe feeling a little burnt out and hopeless and like, what the fuck's going on in the world right now? But then we also see these other stories of hope and transformation, and we have a big vision. We have a big, scary, audacious goal.
Oh, beyond scary and beyond audacious. It is our desire to transform 1 billion lives in the year 2026.
No. Let's. I'm the math guy, so I know that sounds like a lot.
Yes.
But when you start going, hold on, like I get a lot of texts. People are confused. Like, I'm going to an app thing. I'm going to a thing. Like, what is this thing? Yeah. Well, it's way bigger than anything we've ever done before by orders of magnitude. Because if we want to actually reach that many people, if we want to maximize our impact, we've got to realize that like a film with somebody like Lisa Christine, who's got this unbelievable life experience, could reach millions of people.
Okay.
So when you start doing the math on, it's not just one-to-one, you can make movies, you can really start what we as storytellers, what you as a storyteller have the opportunity to do in one story. It's not one-to-one anymore, right? Like we can really impact a lot of people.
Okay, so let's just take a half breath here.
Maybe 2 breaths.
And let's maybe introduce ourselves to those of you who are not familiar with who we are and what has brought us to this moment. Muse Storytelling was born out of your desire, Patrick, to affect change in the world. It happened with that desire. You wanted to change lives, and no?
I mean, it was. I've always been fascinated by people and math.
Okay.
I've always been wanting to. The greatest lesson my mother ever told me was give more than you take.
Okay.
Give more than you take, and I've just tried to live that way as much as I can. And in coming into, I was a psychology student,
Right.
filming weddings, right? Weddings, I'm going to air quote it because a lot of people are going to say it's just a thing. But it's like, wait a minute, I see this differently. And I'm not seeing it as a wedding. I think the wedding's a backdrop. I think it's actually a pivotal moment in people's lives. Thank you, Marshall. And if we treat it with that level of like intention, wedding got me a 200-day contract with the NFL, and then that led to a job with the CBS and a handful of Emmys. And we are a team of small storytellers, a small team of storytellers who have made the most viewed films for brands like Four Seasons and HubSpot and whatever else. But it's the point is that perspective. If you have a strong perspective, it can change everything. And that's what today is about. We'll get into it a little bit more, but we have a goal of transforming 1 billion lives, and it's through the power of shifting your perspective up, helping you see things in a stronger, more intentional, more informed way.
Yeah, and there's a really powerful example in our lives of the power of story and perspective. Evan, could you share with us?
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I know that a couple years ago, the team completed a documentary around the most celebrated or most embraced artist in the history.
The most licensed artist in the history of the world. Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing. Yeah,
Romero Brito.
Romero Brito.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know that there's a really powerful story around how he used story and perspective in order to bring joy to the world. Can you share that?
Yeah, and I want to piggyback on that, bring joy to the world. That sounds nice, right? Like, it really does sound so nice. Like, you just want to make people happy and you want to spread joy because, man, the world can be really hard. But how do you actually do that? Where do you start? Especially if you have not seen the film, the Burrito Doc is available on Amazon and iTunes. You can rent it, go see it, go watch it. But that's not, like, where do you start? And he started in the favelas of Brazil. He really was born into really challenging circumstances, and he just had a strong perspective. I don't feel or experience a lot of joy. I'm not surrounded by a lot of joy, but it was what he was seeking, and so he created it for himself. And he started by using his mother's nail polish on chips of wood. And I actually have something.
Okay.
It's not a wood chip with nail polish, but this ultimately is just a piece of paper. It is just a piece of paper with some ink on it. I'm not even sure the medium. It is one of 8, actually, of the oldest known Romero Brito paintings. It even has his original last name with 1 T. How did we get to this? How did we get to this? He worked so hard. This is just a piece of paper, but he had a dream, he had a vision, and that vision led him to being the world's most licensed artist, having incredible licensing, partnerships with Disney, Coca-Cola, Mattel. Like, these are not small things.
And it's because his voice speaks to people.
His voice spoke to people who were also in search of that same joy. And so you could say that this is just a piece of paper, and it is. But ultimately, because of the impact that he's had through communicating some story visually on paper, we connected with him a few years ago. We got to spend the last number of years making the film on his life and celebrating his career. And in that, we've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, we've got Martha Stewart, we've got Mark Anthony, we've got DJ Khaled, all of these people coming on to talk about how impactful his perspective is. And I mean that in the sense of, you don't have to be an artist like this. Maybe you're on this, feed with us right now, and you're not a filmmaker, you're not a storyteller yet, but you have something to share with the world. You have something to share, and you don't know how to share it. And all it takes is one step at a time. And because of that story, this piece of paper with ink is now worth $500,000 to $1 million. Because of the story, because of the perspective. Now, how does that relate to most people at home? They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna start doodling,
Yeah,
okay?
right,
And
please.
it's gonna be worth $500,000 one day with a good story. Maybe, you don't know. But ultimately, in your world, in the stories you tell, in the business you run, I mean, that invoice that you're gonna send, with your perspective, what could it be? What could it turn into? That's just a piece of paper.
So in the face of the challenges that you are experiencing on the day-to-day, thank you, Evan, we're here tonight to share with you how, by strengthening your perspective and by leveraging the use of story, you can unlock and create such a larger impact in your own business, in your relationship to your family, in the way you show up as a friend, in the way that you impact your community, in the choices that you make, and the effectiveness of those pieces. So that's what we want to share with you is that idea and concept. And we want to thank you first for the amount of time that you're about to spend with us, because our largest asset, the thing that we value most in life is time. And so we want to appreciate that. And we want to dive into it.
We have a couple special things for those of you who gift us with your time.
Yeah.
We believe that if you spent more time with us after today, that we could really help shift your perspective. And that could really help then shift others and make a difference. But to help incentivize and say, hey, we're asking for an hour of your time. There's a couple things we're going to do. One is we have something really exciting that we are launching with Sanira. Hope you're in that crowd, Sanira. So you're going to hear all about this, and this is she is unbelievable. We're going to tell you about how that's going to change a lot for people. So much bigger than anything we've done.
Yep.
But then we also have almost $3,000 in courses that you get from the people involved in this thing. That's science of storytelling, cinematic filmmaking, that's profitable, because you know what?
Quest.
Your most valuable asset is your perspective. So we are giving you everything for an hour of your time for free so that you don't sleepwalk through your life. So you take action. That's it. And for one person, I just released my book. This is not about the book, but there's a one of one right here, which is a permissionless, which is the name of the book, which is the idea of just doing it, going for it, failing in the air. That's okay. One of one right here. Look at this. I call it an ignition kit. It's the book, it's a pen, and it's a water bottle that says average is taken. Now, to Evan's point, it's not a piece of paper. This is a reminder in your daily life that you can be remarkable. Like the pen says, architect the remarkable. And when we did our summit, I had it in my pocket. So that we had a conference not too long ago, and I put the pen in my pocket. Why? So that any time somebody came up to me, I felt the pen, and I said, this is a chance to actually see somebody. Don't be average. Like don't just say, hey, Summer, like nice to meet you. Actually see them, like take a moment. And the amount of impact that had, like that just grabbing and going, no, don't waste this. Like, don't waste this connection.
So it's really clear that we give a shit. We care. We honestly, we really want to do everything that we can to unlock for you success in story and in bringing your perspective to the world. So what can you expect from tonight? What is it that we're about to share? Well, you're going to hear the pathway that has gotten us to this moment. You're going to hear how we can resource you to be effective in that way, and you're going to hear a vision.
Resource you.
Resource you, and we're gonna create a vision then for where we're headed in the excitement for how we can reach this goal of transforming 1 billion lives.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Okay, great. So within that, we have this moment that has brought us to here. How did we get to this moment, P?
It's interesting because, like, right now, everything is kind of breaking, and I don't know. There's people around this room that had name tags on because they met in the last couple days here in this room.
Yeah.
Like we are building this live in the air because it needs to happen. But I want to qualify that and say this isn't a last minute decision, or this isn't something that just came up. This is something we've been working on since 2015. 2015, we created a piece of software and spent $452,000, and we were just early and it was wrong and it didn't land. What we have today is like version 37, and we think that that actually works, that this is the unlock. This is everything that I have ever created. This is the one thing that can have the most impact. And for some of you, some of you are going to look at it and go, it's an app. It's not. It's not. And then some of you are going to go, wait a minute, it's a way that I can interact with some of the most powerful perspectives out there, so I can find bravery and courage, or I can find, right? Like I can bring that into my life, and then you're going to start to get it a little bit bigger, and then some people are going to go, oh, wait a minute, and we can also create funding pathways to make original films of these people. Not just us, fund you. Like this is where we are going. We want to go big, and we want to just remove all the gatekeepers, because we believe if you have a strong perspective, that should be all you need. That's what Romero proved. He had nothing but a perspective and some nail polish. And I'm going to prove it to you one more time right here. And I just ask one thing of you. Just hold your breath and take this in. Because you are going to see one of my mentors. And he's going to come on here, and he is going to share something that just breathe it in, my friends. The world famous Marshall Davis Jones.
I train bodies that embody what they believe in. Take it or leave it. There's no self-deceiving when your POV is your own perspective. And your perspective is the way that you see the world and how you see through. So I'm gonna need you to hear you speak you. Because whatever breakthrough you're about to make to recreate you, the wind out of your face, the words you're about to say, it could only be you. So before we're through, head to your chest, stake a claim. This is my house. Great. Sit up straight. It's possible that you fix your posture, but your posture doesn't need to be fixed. Posture comes from a word that means home. And if home is where the heart is and your hand is on your chest, you should hear the inner knock. Are you in a knot? Is anybody home? Say it. This is my house.
This is my house.
Are you in the living room, or do you still call this a rib cage? Inhale. Do you smell what the rock is cooking, or do you let your kitchen sink? Dishes covered in half-eaten dreams and spoiled ambition. Can you hear the inner knock? Are you in or not? Hand on your chest. Is anybody home? Say it. This is my house.
This is my house.
The room with the bed in it. Are you sleeping on yourself? Hit the snooze, hit the snooze, hit the snooze. Or do you wake up with that carpe diem? Thoughts last PM. Splash the water in your face because the man in the mirror, you're actually gonna be him. Because you hear the inner knock. Or you in a knot. Hand on your chest. Is anybody home? Say it. This is my house.
This is my house.
What do you have? Collecting dust in the attic. Living rent-free. Squatting in the garage. When you know that your palette is a palace. And what that means is when you put your house on the market, you know what the value of your spark is. Because you've modeled remodeling as a role model, so model the role. Hear the inner knock. Are you in or not? Hand on your chest. Is anybody home? Say it. This is my house.
This is my house.
When you walk out, you walk tall. Because when you walk in, that's an invitation to a walkthrough. Because you heard the inner knock and somebody was home and that somebody was you. So when they come to your door, you will open your chest and say, welcome, this is my house. And when you're ready, I can show you around.
Every time.
Every time. Every time. Oh, man. I wish that I was the wordsmith. I wish I had the presence. Thank you.
Hey, I might have an idea for you.
Okay.
I actually might have something that could help you
Yeah.
be the wordsmith, be the presence.
Yeah.
Like, what if everybody watching this right now was able to channel the wizardry, the magic, the power of Marshall Davis Jones, and he could mentor you. Now, it's wonderful, right? Like if you had a writer, or you wanted to punch up your copy, or you just had something you wanted to express, or you wanted to make something for your family. There's so many ways, but the problem is, he's busy. Like he can't do one-to-one mentoring with 100,000 people. Right? Like it doesn't scale. But his voice and the other people we're going to talk about, like, you need access to them.
Yes, you do. Okay, so let's just create a level of clarity, because we were talking in these large visions. We're talking about like all of this impact, what we can do. Let's just briefly show you what this is going to look like.
Now, I want to just make it really clear. We're going to show you something, but then we're going to show you how it is 10 times more powerful. So don't make the mistake of going, oh, it's just a simple little thing or anything else.
Yes. Yeah, the power in this is in its simplicity and then the work it does behind the scenes. So let's imagine a scenario that an aspiring filmmaker may find themselves in.
So you would go out and, what often happens is you think it's a price problem.
Right.
You put out a quote for, say, $13,500 or something like that, and it's maybe a 1-minute film. Okay. You're doing a 1-minute film in an arena, and you're charging $13,500, and the client comes back and they're like, why would you charge me that much when it's only a 1-minute film? Now, what Grant's going to do is he's going to ask that question. Now, y'all have seen all kinds of LLMs and you're bored of that. It's not what this is. This is my perspective and everything we've done reverse engineered so that you are able to get mentorship at scale. Why we are doing this live, why we had 10,000 people register, and all of this, build up and everything else, is because we finally hit the breaking point. And the breaking point was that people would pay $10,000. You got to hit send.
Yeah, okay.
You got to hit send.
So what I've done here is I've put in, I sent a client a quote of $13,500. The client challenged the price. This will show in front of 60,000 people at the stadium. They say it should cost $2,000.
Go ahead.
I'm sending that.
So, rolling it back.
Yep.
The breaking point was when we launched the latest mentor model, right? It's an intelligence infrastructure. But the point
AI.
is $10,000 for private consulting. And all of a sudden, people were sending me emails and text messages going, I just closed a $60,000 job using this mentor. I just landed a 6-figure job. I just these crazy, I'm waking up to texts and Slack and emails. And so oh, we finally cracked it where it sounds like me, it coaches like me, and it actually is giving you the insights 24/7. But it's not about me. It was never about me. It was about how do we make the largest impact, which is why today we're gonna 10x that twice. So one, we're gonna show you in a second. Grant's gonna share what this did,
Yep.
and we'll show you how this gets way bigger than just me. And then we'll go again and show you how this is way bigger than just the people we're talking about today.
Okay, so this is what comeback. It says, all right, my friend, let's get into it. Hold on, time out. The problem isn't your $13,500 quote. The problem is that you're having a conversation about cost when you should be having a conversation about value. And so it goes on to educate me on what that is. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then at the bottom here, I could say to it, I need a communication.
Now,
right here.
No.
Say this.
So some of you are going to sleep on this right now. Some of you are going to sleep on this right now. I want to tell you what Corey Embring did. He literally put this, and he's in our community, he literally put that question in, and he copy and pasted it to the client, and then he changed the client name to the actual client, and they came back and they said, oh, thank you, we'll move ahead. He was like, I didn't know how to handle the objection, and now they completely 5-6 times the price because I was able to explain it, and it shifted my perspective. And you see, through a couple of those moves, you start to embody that perspective. You don't need that help anymore. You're like, oh, I get how to communicate different or how to build the story different. But this is just one example.
It is. And there are a host of people who have already used what is our existing engine. We're going to build a vision for what is coming ahead, but this existing vision right now has already been remarkable. And one of those individuals is a gentleman by the name of Sean. Sean was a part of our summit a week ago. We introduced at the summit this idea and this concept. And so while a keynote speech was going on, he received a request from a CEO. The CEO said,
live during the conference.
Yes, he says, oh my, I have a client need. So he approached me at the lunch hour and said, I have this client need. He needs an answer in an hour. Can Muse do it? And he put us to the test immediately. Okay, great. So bulleted lists get ingested into Muse with a request to turn it into story, and he submitted it back to the CEO. Watch live in this moment what happened when he shared with us the power of Muse.
I get a revised revision that the CEO sent me bullet points. I said I can't use bullet points. I need it to be a story. Dropped it into Muse, sent it over to them.
Delivered it to him. Don't give away the jab. Don't give away the jab. In the hallway right now, he took action. He copy and pasted that. He sent it back to the CEO and said, done. Solved it. Did he ask for anything?
I did not.
The CEO wrote back and said, add $2,500 to your invoice for making that so easy. It does. So those of you who were there in the room at the summit, please hit the chat box right now and let them know that you saw Sean, you heard this story. We were all like, oh my God, he literally just made $25 at the break because he just handled it. And what is so critically important is that this is not about that. This is 10 to 100 times bigger because that's not going to reach 1 billion people. So what I need what's really important, because I know we have other people that we want to bring in and share their experiences, but can we go to the screen for a second? And can we make sure, so what you're going to see in, what you now see inside of our app, but again, just stay with us because we're going to go 2 orders bigger, okay? So right now, can we see the screen? Okay, so on the left, you got Brainstorm with Patrick. What just launched, what we're here for is a live launch of Mentor, MNTR, a contraction of being a mentor. So when you click on that, what's going to happen is, oh my God, that's Sanira. You've got Sanira, a unicorn. She founded a unicorn, female founder, who used to run CEO school, and now we're partnering with to actually scale her impact. You will be able to go in to the app and talk to a unicorn founder. That is orders of magnitude bigger. And we are just getting started.
Yeah. So if you can already see the power of Brainstorm with Patrick, imagine Brainstorm with Sanira. And then pretty quickly here, you can see under the hood where we're headed with this in a bigger and more powerful way. However, it's not just about unlocking business potential, and it's not just about getting insight from outstanding mentors. It's also having this tool bring value to your life, to your relationships, to the people who mean most to us. So Annie, how has this Muse tool been able to unlock for you a more meaningful way of living with the family?
Yeah, so my husband and I own a business in Duluth, Minnesota, Story North Productions, and we had invested in a $10,000 mentoring program one-to-one last year with the Muse team and had great one-to-one connections. And this fall, we were able to utilize this tool when some staff weren't around to be able to ask some direct questions. And from that, it's really streamlined our time. We have, not only were we able to take the time that we're leveraging with our clients, we're actually able to be home more because we're getting the money that is worth the time, we're getting that investment, but then we actually get time with our kids. And we adopted them a couple of years ago so we could have a family and raise them together. And that is actually that story is really important to us and is why we tell other people's stories.
Yeah. So you can see how being able to embrace this tool can unlock for you additional time, strengthen relationships, allow you to show up more strongly as a mother, as a wife, right? To the people who matter most to us in our lives.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thanks.
And she's not alone. There are a whole host of other members of our community who have felt this way. So you can see here that Sebastian is sharing, and Tony and Toby and Marty's story and Christine's story. These are people who couldn't be with us in person today, but they're sharing their experience with it. And Ida, I know that you get to be a part of Under the Hood in support of Muse, but also it's impacted you and your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How did that?
Well, I mean, like you said, I have the opportunity to play with it under the hood, and I think really where the power is, it's not just a tool, it's a teacher, right? I mean, where this really flipped for me is I got an email that was pretty generic that said, "Hey, I hear you do video production," and my first instinct was, yeah, and but then I had to shift my perspective, and really think, this is a great opportunity to practice. Nothing dramatic, but I figured, I can practice the skills that I've been learning. And so I put together what I would dare say is a much more elaborate email than I would have normally sent. And I ended up getting a meeting, talking to the client. And based on that, I realized this is a huge opportunity. So I used the platform to build a pitch deck and a pitch video and all my correspondence. And this ended up being like 5 or 6 times larger than any project I've ever worked on before. I mean, and they said yes.
Wow.
So, I mean, I still am a little shocked, so much so that I reached out to the Muse team as well as the rest of the community saying, hey, I need your help because I've just launched this huge opportunity and I need to make sure that it is above and beyond anything I've ever done before because this could be the last client I ever need. Right. Yeah. This could be huge.
So the tool stretched you into opportunity that you're going now, can I even deliver on?
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Like it's opening that kind of doors, that kind of opportunity.
Absolutely. But I'll also say that, just through working with it, the fear or the intimidation of being able to do something like that, like that pitch, it keeps going down and down and down. Like, my confidence level, I know how to deliver the level of communication that I need to. Yeah. It's totally different than what I've done in the past.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. That is tremendously exciting. And I know that it's not simply a financial opportunity that this is unlocking, or even unlocking the more time for the people that matter most in your life, but it also can challenge us in a way that makes our perspective deeper, more meaningful, and challenges us as storytellers. And you are among the strongest perspectives that I'm in orbit with. Like, I love to spend time with you because you unlock for me so much. And the other day when you had mentioned that this tool had in any way challenged you or shaped you, I was gobsmacked. So, like, what was this, man? Share with us.
All right, so first of all, when clients ask me to write poems for them, one of the things that they always say to me is they're always scared of, like, we want you to change this. And then they always, 10 years, SAP, doesn't matter. Whatever, they're nervous. But when you have a mentor and people that challenge you, that's how you grow. And so I had already closed a client, meaning they were already sold on me. They were already like, we love what you do. And I put my transcript in Muse, and I was met with challenge. I was met with challenge to places where I could have improved, where I could have actually done better with my client, taking care of them better with story finding and getting to the essence of their work. And that's how I grow, right? So I grow when iron sharpens iron. I've had the opportunity to spend time with Muse for years and learn, like, by swimming on the side, but now I'm able to, because Patrick, it's like play spin the globe and land on something that's where he could be, and to be able to connect with his mind at any hour to improve my work, it's always fantastic.
Thank you very much. So I know that you may be thinking to yourselves, okay, like, I'd love to learn a little bit more around how could I bring this into my life, and so we've created that opportunity for you. Through fancy technology, baby, we're going to introduce this idea right here, Story First AI. That is where we can share with you the pathway that you can embrace this. You can bring this into your perspective. You can level up both your business and who your voicing is. But we haven't even yet shared exactly why I get so excited to invite you into being one of those 750 people that are going to be a part of the limited number of people that are part of Muse, right? We're only offering 1,000 memberships into this opportunity, and it's very purposeful, it's very intentional, and it's because we need feedback and a safe space to grow our vision in order to be successful in the pathway to transforming 1 billion lives. And so we know that we can resource you with the existing tool set, and then we also want to invite you into exposure to all of these new perspectives and mentors that we're going to bring onto the platform. So by being involved immediately right now, by taking action and being a part of this, you get to be in the sandbox. You get to be introduced to the perspectives of incredible visionaries like Sanira, who's going to immediately offer her CEO school, her perspective, her platform, and lift up against her vision. So our audacious vision, transform 1 billion lives. Hers is remove the truth that is only 2% of female founders ever see $1 million of revenue in their business. And she wants to explode that. And now she's joined us in a way that we know that we can assist her in doing that. So yeah, like, she wins, we win. We're on our way to 1 billion people, and she is breaking that truth. So within that, we have an entire host of different perspectives that are going to be a part of that. So Sanira, she's a unicorn founder. She founded a business that went to $1 billion. She's exited that, and now she's on a pathway to a whole new one. In addition to that, Marshall has decided that he's going to bring his perspective. Tell me that's not an exciting truth. Yeah. And in addition to that, we have Ellie. She's known as the Chicago girl. Patrick, you've spent time with her. You shared a story of hers several years ago around the work that she was doing from the basement of her parents' room in Chicago. Will you share with me what it means to you? Because I know in particular, her involvement is so special.
I can, but I'm not going to be able to get through it. Like, if that's okay.
It's okay.
So we did a series with Univision many years ago about people, technology, and change, and all of that. It's ironic that we're now meeting again. And as all of this stuff is happening and blowing up, the United Nations started commenting on our Instagram. Now that might sound weird, but we actually taught the United Nations storytelling. So you're starting to, wait a minute, we went and flew to Geneva and we taught them storytelling, and now we could do that at scale, and we could bring them even better mentors. So they reached out, and I was trying to find my contact. And Ellie came up in my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And so I texted her. And I was like, you've got to see what we're doing. I texted her. I was like, can we catch up? And we got on a call. And she was a part of coordinating the Syrian revolution and the, overthrowing the regime with nothing but her laptop and Facebook in Chicago. So you want to talk about like excuses, like I don't have this camera, I don't have this. She had nothing but her laptop and Facebook at 19 in Chicago, and she showed up and she coordinated people moving away from bombs. Like this is big stuff. She's literally using Facebook because she's befriended people, and so she's learned intel. So she's posting to social media to tell families where to go and how to get out of the way. Like, there's two things I want to share. One is that when people showed up, when the police showed up, when they tried to fight back against all of this, you know who they went for first? This is Ellie. I learned this on the call. The storytellers, the cameras. That's who they shot. Because we have the ability to share these truths that are important. And I don't know her reality, and I don't know how hard that would have been for her to show up and get up every day. I don't understand what it's like to live and walk the path that she has. But oh my God, am I excited to learn from her and to find ways to channel her bravery and courage into this venture, because it's going to take all of it that we have.
Yeah. You can see that we're taking great care in introducing perspectives that will afford guidance and wisdom and mentorship, that will challenge us, that will make us stronger through the variance of perspective that we want to introduce, that we understand that it's the larger collective of all these unique perspectives that we can find strength and actually create change. So what on earth is this going to look like?
Okay, so we got some folks that are a little confused, and let's help clear that up.
Yep.
So the idea here is that you're able to chat with different people, and it actually has their perspective. Now, it's not just a chat bot. We've reverse engineered their life story, their speech patterns, their frameworks, and how they actually interact with you. And what we cracked was, it was a $10,000 coaching program, and now people are getting the same results through this. So what Mentor is the ability to get mentored by all of these people. It's a platform that allows you to do that. Now, there's going to be all kinds of different ways. Coming in January will be Unicorn OS, which will be scenarios for female founders. We are also looking at Q2 and launching with Nick and being able to do a Neural OS, how you can take control of your body. And in moments like this, where you're streaming to people around the world, how do you bring your body down and make the most of the moment? He's got a neural operating system. Like, this stuff is wild, and we are not even getting started. Can you imagine being able to sit in a room with Sanira and Nick and just be in that room and ask them a question, and they're talking to each other with you and helping you? That's where we're going. We are multiplying perspective. We are cross-pollinating and going, wait a minute, let's mix Ellie's bravery and courage with Sanira's business mastery. Boom. Ultimate unlock. That's why we want to build this right. We want to slow down. We want to make sure we don't miss the moment. That's why this is not fake scarcity. We don't need more than 1,000 people.
Right.
We need people who want to build with us, who see this vision and who want to give us honest feedback. Because honestly, we are here on version 37, 10 years later, because of our passionate community who said it's not good enough. It's because of you. And that's why we're inviting a little bit bigger. We're saying we need to go a little bit bigger so that we can reach our goal and start bringing in, people like Sanira and Nick and Lisa Christine and all of that.
So if you're wondering about the opportunities that exist right now in this moment, There are several. The first of which is, if you take the moment and you go to storyfirst.ai, you can immediately join and be one of those 1,000 people who will have access to our existing Muse tool and future perspectives as they get onboarded. You're going to be a part of that sandbox and that R&D. In addition to that, in exchange for your time and attention tonight, we're gifting you all of the education that is the Muse background. And so you can immediately take action and use that EDU in order to create a stronger perspective. And then we have the Mentor AI, which is where you would go and just submit that you are interested in remaining up to date on everything that we have going as it continues to roll out.
Now, I just want to be super clear that like some of you are going to like get this right now and you're going to just go to the page and you're going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? It's $997 and I can go talk to Sanira, who charges her top consulting package will be $25,000. You get 24/7 access, and you also have the option for live mentorship. This is not just digital twins. This is not just intelligence infrastructure. We are also doing office hours. We are also doing live one-to-many calls where you're going to get to talk to the real Sanira. I can't wait to go to that office hour, right? Like you can you imagine? 1 week you got Marshall, the next week you got Sanira. We're gonna be there. Like you start getting really, really fun, really, really fast, and all you got to do is show up. One single conversation with one of these mentors can 10 times the investment. One. We proved it with somebody at a lunch break who did $2,500 by submitting it, or E2 who did like this is just, and that's where it is now. We're showing you where it's going in the coming weeks, and then in January, it is going to get so crazy in terms of the value. It is going to change a lot of lives. And not just those in it, but also the stories that they're able to tell because their perspective has been lifted, and now they're able to go out and make stories that are stronger. So that when they make a film of Sanira or of a Lisa Christine or of a Nick, they don't leave anything on the table, right? It's not just the one, it's the one to many. Your perspective isn't just for you, it's for the people on the other side, it's for your daughters, it's for your children, right? You got to show up for them too. That's what this is about.
If you want to strengthen your business, here's the opportunity to do that. If you want to strengthen your relationships, here's the opportunity to do that. If you want to strengthen your voice, your story chops, and your perspective, here's the opportunity to do that. It's simply that. It is the culmination of a 10-year journey. It is everything that we have ever learned, put in one package that will challenge you, that will have a conversation with you, and that will execute your vision in a way that is compounded beyond your belief. That is what this is. And don't sleep on it.
And some of you are going to say, I'm still confused. And that's okay. That's okay. That's what we need. Like if you're hearing and seeing this and you're like, okay, like these people clearly care, maybe a little too much for a YouTube live, but they clearly care, and I get, but I don't quite get it. That's okay. If you believe in the vision and you get the idea where we're going, we are so many steps ahead that it is hard for people to get. Even some of the people in the room are like, I think I get it, but I don't really know what happens when Nick and Sanira talk to, and I put in, like, I don't quite, right? We just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have to be measured in how we share the vision of what we're doing and where we're going. And so if you see any moment of a pause, it's because we're already overwhelming. We're already
yes,
this,
that's it.
Right?
That's it. The confusion. We need your confusion because you help make it better. Your perspective on what we are doing helps clarify and make it better so that we leverage you up. You're going to come in and get a great deal, and in one conversation are going to make an amazing value, whether it's for your neural operation, like so many different ways, but then you're going to tell us, I don't get it, or it's confusing, or it's too hard. That's what we need. And we leverage you up, meaning you spend a little bit of time, you get a ton of value, but then you give us feedback so that when it rolls out to Sanira's 1,000 women, female leaders, it's right. That's the simple math, my friends. You get in early, you get all access, and you help us build it right, because we're not ready for Sanera. We're not. But 1,000 of you are going to help us be ready for Sanera. And then we're going to dream bigger.
And all along the way, you will have the results that you've heard from others. You will see the ability to unlock your price objections. You'll see the ability to create pitch decks and communications with clients that take you from what would have been a $10,000 contract to a $50,000 contract. You'll see more time to attend the soccer games or the faith services on the weekend or all of the things that matter to you most with the people who are part of your life. Or perhaps you'll just be able to express yourself successfully, and you'll find a satisfaction in what has always been here that's been difficult to get out there. And by working and challenging the platform, it will unlock that for you. It certainly has done that for me.
I think we should make like a crazy guarantee right now.
Okay.
I think that's where we need to go, because, it's $997. If you swipe it on your credit card, you have, 31 days to pay it off before you even
Generally,
hit interest,
yep.
right? So if you go ahead and you do it and you don't quite know what it is, and you just commit to 1 hour a day for 10 days, you're just going to work on your perspective. If you do not, 10x your return. So now we haven't, the credit card bill hasn't even come up.
Yep.
If you don't get 10 times that, reach out. We'll happily go, you can have a refund. Like that is how confident we are in this. Just use it. Just give your time
Show up.
to lift.
Take action.
Show up for yourself, man.
Yep.
And for everybody else around you. That's all it is. It doesn't take long to really level up. So give us 10 hours, 10 1-hour blocks. And if you don't 10x, reach out to us and we will just take care of you. That's how easy we will make this. That's how confident we are. And that's how much we want to attract the right people to this, who want to show up and make this better. Because honestly, we are fucking tired of the gym membership model where you oversubscribe and only like 20% of the people go. We're not looking to make a gym membership where we have a ton of people and nobody's using it. We need people who are pushing the system and making it better.
And making themselves better by taking on the system. We have a permissionless box. We need to find a way to gift that away.
We've already got that solved. That's going to be done in the background by our algorithm, and it's going to pick from...
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just for those of you who are still with us, please know, one of you is going home with the permissionless box. It's a one-on-one. It's your opportunity to take
There's
yourself
a
on.
follow-up email coming that we will share the details on who has won this and everything else. So more coming on that, but our engine is going to do that for us and help based on the comments. Somebody has shared something with great perspective. And so whoever has shared a great perspective in the chat box is going to win this. That's how simple it is. And just to make it a little bit better, I got these lime sneakers. You're not getting my sneakers because I love these. But they're handmade in Portugal. They're like $500-600 with this like lime. And again, it's just a reminder to me. So I'm going to throw in a pair of those because you know what? When I wear them, it's just like it's a reminder in the power of your perspective and showing up for yourself and being permissionless. So $500 sneakers, they are custom made in Portugal, handmade. They're permissionless sneakers, right? You don't really need to worry about what that, but basically you get this whole ignition kit. It's over $1,000 for whoever shares the greatest perspective. And what's wild is our engine is going to choose it because it's able to. Don't get too deep into the math. It's got a perspective quotient. It can help you push your perspective.
All right. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to remind you, this is where you're going. This is where you're going if you're interested. We've made it super simple. That is the URL. It takes you right to the opportunity. Thank you for spending this time with us. And as a tease on your way out of here, I would like to only give an homage to a vision that we have that is not yet fully formed, but we feel so strongly about perspective. We feel so strongly about its ability to create improvements and to better our world. We have an eye toward creating an entire originals division that's going to celebrate and going to bring these stories to the world. In addition to the mentoring that's happening, we're going to make sure that that these voices get lifted and amplified.
And one of the most beautiful parts about the entire model and you don't have to fully get this to get this. But one of the most beautiful parts is that a portion of the mentorship funds, when you use the mentor tab, gets donated back to the community to unlock more films. That's the ultimate leverage mechanism. That's the ultimate play, because Sanira and Nick, like, they're doing well. So they're happy to go, great, I can have a little bit of this, but start doing the math. Like, if there's $100,000 that goes into a pool, that funds 10 filmmakers at $10,000, and you don't have to do the passion project for free anymore. And then if you go and impact 10,000 people with it, it starts getting really fun really quick.
Yeah. So not only are we supporting you as an artist and wanting to make you a better storyteller, we're also looking to create a pathway that work in your perspective gets seen, heard, and has impact.
Yeah.
Please join this vision. Please take yourself on. If you know, we love to reward action, and it breaks our heart that there are storytellers and filmmakers out there who want to do this, and they just choose not to show up. We're creating the pathway of least resistance to the largest outcome and the biggest impact possible. Please be a part of it. Please take yourself on. Brother, I don't know how we celebrate this any more than what we've just done. That we've gathered in Chicago. We've built a vision for what has brought us to this moment.
A lot of you are going to have a lot of questions. You're like, wait a minute, they're funding original films, they're making original films, they're doing this, they're doing that. If you don't get it, but you want to be a part of it, just go to storyfirst.ai, because that's the sandbox, and you're the ones that are going to get certified first. You're the ones that are going to get the funding first. You're the ones that are going to figure it all out with us first. Why? Because it's got to be right before it scales to Sanira and then gets bigger, right? So you don't have to get it all right now, because this is, like, we're giving you the next 5-quarter playbook that we're doing here, but that's what we're trying to communicate, is this is where we're going, and we want 1,000 world changers with us who are going to take action, and let's go do some epic shit together.
If that's not you, if for any reason you want to remain interested in what we're doing, what we're building, the vision that we're driving toward, this is where you can submit your email. If you simply were to visit mentor.ai, become a part of our newsletter, become a part of our community, we'll keep you up to date on all of the developments.
Thank you. One of the things that is the easiest thing that you can do to, like, try before, I was going to say try before you buy, but it's going to be sold out in the next couple of days if it's not already. So, right. But one of the things that I'm very excited about that is entirely free to lift your perspective will be a weekly newsletter that is one idea, one perspective in just a couple minutes. That's it. And it's going to be from Sanira and Nick and Lisa Christine and Ellie. Like, I love that idea. Mm-hmm. That you get a weekly perspective shift in 2 minutes, because you just need one, my friends, and it becomes a flywheel, and it spins up, and you take more action, and you get more results, and more action, and more results. That's what Annie did. That's what Ida did. Like, they just won. Place this bet on yourself.
We promised you that we would have a gift for you in the way of our unlock in education. So thank you for spending this hour with us. You'll receive an email. It'll have the unlock code. It will gift to you $2,887 worth of education.
Including
everything that we built.
Including Nick's course. Yep. Like, not even just Muse.
Everything that we started, the entire 10-year journey that has gotten us to this moment, that's our gift to you. Thank you so much for showing up. If this is interesting, if this is something that you're wanting to do, share it with others as well. Be sure to bring other people into this vision. Encourage them to come be a part of this, because it's through all of those multiple perspectives that we can have the largest impact.
Thank you, my friends.
Thank you.